Hello friends, in this video I am explaining you CPU scheduling algorithm. In my previous video I already explained FCFS and SJF CPU scheduling algorithm. In today's video I am going to explain priority CPU scheduling algorithm. This priority CPU scheduling algorithm is also two types: preemptive priority scheduling and non-preemptive priority scheduling. We'll discuss priority scheduling with the help of example. In this given example, 5 processes are given, their arrival time is given, and burst time and priority is given. In priority scheduling algorithm, for each process, numeric value as a priority is assigned to this every process. In this example, we are considering smaller number as a higher priority. By using this given information, we are going to draw the Gantt charts and calculate average waiting time and average turnaround time using preemptive priority scheduling algorithm. So, let's discuss Gantt chart of the given example. As process P1 arrives at 0, so it will schedule immediately. But after 1, process P2 is arrived. Now, with us, we are having two processes, process P1 and process P2. Now, we need to check the priority of these processes. Priority of process P1 is 3, but priority of process P2 is 1. Priority of process P2 is higher than priority of process P1. That's why process P1 gets preempted here and process P2 is scheduled. After execution of process P2 at 2, process P3 arrived. Priority of process P3 is 2, which is higher as compared to P1. So process P3 is scheduled. After completion of process P3, we are having process P4 and process P1, which are of same priority, that is 3. But when two processes of same priorities are there, then these processes are scheduled based on first come first serve order. That's why process P1 is scheduled first. After completion of process P1, process P4 is scheduled, and after completion of process P4, process P5, whose priority is 4, which is highest among all these processes, is scheduled last. After this, we will calculate waiting time of each process. So initially, as process P1 arrived, immediately get scheduled. That's why 0 minus 0 plus process remaining part of process P1 is executed in the second half. So the starting time of second half of process P1 is 5. So 5 minus 1. Here process at one process P1 is preempted, so we are considering it 5 minus 1 equal to 4. Waiting time of process P2 is 1 minus 1. Starting time is 1, arrival time is 1, that is it means it is 0. The waiting time of process P3 is 2 minus 2. 2 is starting time of process P3 minus arrival time is 2, it is 0. Then for waiting time of process P4, 12 minus 3, starting time minus arrival time equal to 9. Waiting time of process P5 is 14 minus 4. 14 is a starting time, 4 is arrival time equal to 10. So based on this, we can find average waiting time as 4.6 milliseconds. After finding waiting time, we can find turnaround time of all these processes. So as we already discussed, turnaround time is equal to waiting time plus burst time. So for process P1, waiting time is 4 and its burst time is 8. So turnaround time of process P1 is 12. Same way, the turnaround time of P2 is 1, P3 is 3, P4 is 11, P5 is 17. And then we are calculating average turnaround time, which is equal to 8.8 millisecond. So these are the references which I used. Thank you for watching this video.